So hello everybody from second grade. Today in language arts we have the story of the enormous turnip. This is language arts and we'll be studying the vocabulary words for this story. Don't forget that you have to do the glossary words in your notebook. It's the vocabulary power. You have to look for the words in the glossary and copy them in your notebook with their meanings. Don't forget to use red and black and to put the title, the date, the pages, like we normally do and what we did before. Okay? So the vocabulary power. After that, you have to read that story on those 2 pages and then you answer the vocabulary writing connection question that you have at the end of that short story of 2 pages, okay? And if you have the time later on during the week, during these days, you can also read the enormous turnip story. It's up to you. Next week I'll be asking you to read about it for sure. So about the book, you have Alexei Tolstoy as the author, and you have Scott Gatto as the illustrator. So don't forget that whoever writes the stories is called the author, and whoever draws the pictures is the illustrator. So when an elderly Russian farmer can't pull a turnip out of the ground, he asks the help of various characters to help pull up an enormous turnip. So who or what gives the final tug that brings up the turnip? So this is pretty much what the story is about. When you read it, you will see. And you will be able to answer that question there. Who or what gives the final tug that brings up the turnip? You'll find out when you read it. So the genre is a folk tale, and this kind of folk tales are stories that have been told for a long time by a group of people. So maybe you know folk tales from your city, from Bolivia, even from your family. See, it's just stories that have been told for a long time by groups of people. See. From one person to other person. In these stories, you have to look for things that are very big, much bigger than they could be in real life. In real life, a turnip couldn't be that big, or not normally. And also, before I go, we look for events that happen over and over in this particular story. So the vocabulary words for the enormous turnip are enormous, grew, planted, granddaughter, turnip, and strong. That makes 6 vocabulary words. Now we have glossary time. Yeah. We have some activities in this glossary time. Hopefully you'll be able to do it at the same time with me, but if not, no problem. But at some point, please put your reading book on your desk and open your book to the glossary. And when you see the word, find it in your glossary. That you can do as a way of practicing. That you can do another day if you want to. But for now, let's see. First word, enormous. Enormous means very large. You see that big tree in the picture? Do you see the tree in this picture there? Yes. Okay, now let's read. The General Sherman Redwood Tree in Sequoia National Park is the most enormous living tree. Now I want you to see the red circles down there. Do you see them? The one that's going round and round? Okay. In those circles, you can see trees, people, and little houses. Maybe you can't see it that well, actually. But this is on purpose because then you see the big tree next to it. It's an enormous tree, a very large tree. And this particular tree in that national park is really the most enormous living thing. This is a very, very big one. That's the meaning of enormous. Next word that you have is granddaughter. And here you see a man with a girl next to him. Granddaughter means a daughter of one's son or daughter. So do you know the meaning of grandma, grandpa? Well, they normally have granddaughters, but granddaughter can only be a girl because all the boys would be grandsons. In this case, we want the word specific, the granddaughter one. So we have 13 girls in second grade, and I'm pretty sure all of you are granddaughters to somebody. See? Okay, so in this picture, we have a sentence that says, Granddad is proud of his granddaughter. Maybe she got a certificate or a prize or an award of some kind, and you have the grandfather next to her, very, very proud of her. Next word, you have grew. Grew is the past of the verb grow. So whenever it tells you that plants grow, flowers grow, kids grow, if you want to talk about the past, you say grew. So when you see relatives after a long time, an uncle or an aunt, they can tell you, oh my gosh, you grew up. See, that means you're becoming taller, in this case, becoming larger. You see that bubble, the girl that's holding that bubble, she's just making it grow. And it grew, it became larger. So the sentence says, the more she blew, the bigger her bubbles grew. See, it's just becoming larger or big. The next word's an easy one, and it's planted. It's still the past of plant. So it means put in the ground to grow. It's very clear in the picture. The kids are planting. It's same idea. So the boys there planted a fig tree in the schoolyard. Do you remember you did that last year? All the school was involved in that planting project. Yeah, it was very nice. A nice activity. Always good for the environment. Help planting plants. Our next word is an easy one, and most of you know it. Strong. So strong means powerful. And here you have some mules, donkeys, that it says make good pack horses because they are strong. Yeah, they can carry a lot of weight because they are strong. And I'm pretty sure your parents are strong, or even you must be strong by now. You can lift heavy things, but not too heavy. So you have to be careful with that. But strong is just that, being powerful, or I think you will find it in the glossary with a few synonyms. Well, but the main meaning, powerful. God is powerful. God is strong. So, I think this is the last word. You have turnip. It's a kind of root vegetable. I'm pretty sure you have eaten it. Or maybe not. Maybe you can try it these days. Or we'll see if Mom can cook it for you. So turnip, just this vegetable. And yeah, you can plant it in your garden, and someone can ask you and say, would you like a turnip from my garden? Yes, you can eat it as a part of salads. I have eaten it, and it's quite delicious. So let's do the word review. Enormous means very large. Then you have granddaughter, which is the daughter of one's son or daughter. Then you have grew, became larger. Planted as put in the ground to grow. And you have strong, powerful. And yeah, let's not forget the main word here, turnip, a kind of root vegetable, just a vegetable. So now you say the words, you read the sentences, and you fill in the blank. Oop. You have planted. At this point, you have to say the words. Strong, turnip, enormous, granddaughter, and grew. Now you will have a sentence and you have to complete it with the right word. I'm pretty sure you know already. Nana, which is a word for grandma. Most kids call their grandmothers Nana. So Nana had lunch with her on Grandparents' Day. So Nana had lunch with her turnip. No. Strong, planted. Which one goes there? Great if you said granddaughter. It's real clear. You have a grandma and a granddaughter there. Next. Okay, let's read the words. Enormous, granddaughter, grew, planted, strong. Turnip. I'm pretty sure you know what word will go here. My dad likes to eat a raw with a little salt. So he likes to eat a granddaughter. A strong raw. The only word that you can use here is a turnip. Raw. That means without cooking it. Well, fun fact, my dad likes to eat onions. Yeah, raw with salt on it. Yeah. He likes it. I don't that much. Granddaughter. Okay, let's read the words. Grew, turnip, enormous, planted, and strong. Which can go here? Oops. Yeah. The children planted flowers in the classroom garden. I'm sorry here. I have an extra A. It says classroom. Sorry. It should say classroom. Now we have enormous, grew, strong, granddaughter, planted, and turnip. The children thought this church was turnip? No. Strong? No. Here you will have enormous. Definitely look at the church. It's an enormous one, a big one. Okay, so you have granddaughter, grew, strong, enormous, planted, and turnip. Exercise can make your body, what do you think? Exercise can make your body enormous. Planted. Turnip. Strong, definitely. If you're doing exercises this week, you're exercising with mom and dad maybe while you're making your body strong. Great. So let's read. Granddaughter, enormous, grew, planted, strong, turnip. What can go here? Jack's beans. By the way, Jack is a character from another story. Jack's beans into a giant beanstalk. Grew. Those beans and Jack's hands grew into a giant beanstalk. See, he's pointing at the beans, so they grew. Now we have the words and we have the definitions on the right side. And we're going to match the letters to the words. So you have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Oh, man, I gave you the first one. Grew, became larger. Now let's do number 2, which is strong. Which one can be there? Strong. I'll let you read a little bit. So you have A, very large. B, a daughter of one son or daughter. You have C, became larger. You have D, put in the ground. You have E, to grow. You have F, powerful. You have G, a kind of root vegetable. What do you think? Right, F goes there. Now number 3, you have planted. You can pause the video if you want to before saying the answers, or you can stop it here and do all the answers on your own and then check it with us. So planted would be D, put in the ground. Now turnip would be, remember the key word in this definition for turnip is vegetable. G. Now enormous means very large. And finally, granddaughter. It has daughter in it. B. Granddaughter. Great. So please read the words again. Enormous, granddaughter, grew, planted, strong, and turnip. Goodbye, enormous. Goodbye, granddaughter. Goodbye, grew. Goodbye, planted. Goodbye, strong. Goodbye, turnip. The end. I hope you liked this short lesson, and I hope you can practice them these words at home. Use them in your everyday life. If you see something very, very big, try using enormous instead. Or maybe you can try and eat some turnip or plant something in the garden and then tell us about it. I planted this. Just use these 6 words you've just learned. And when you read the story, thanks to these new words you just learned, you will understand it better and enjoy. I'm pretty sure of that. So have a good day, great week, and you guys are always in my prayers. Be good, okay? See you soon.